Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports alongside Peter Vera. I'm Troy McGraw. We're here at Peter's alma mater, Rhinebeck High School. And Peter, this is two teams that only have 2 wins. Clark is 2-5. Rhinebeck is 2-9. Rhinebeck playing 4 more games than Clark. These two teams have played great games the last 2 years. Rhinebeck won on an epic buzzer beater. I think it was the first play of the week for LMC Varsity Sports, Aiden Heaton. And then last year, Clark won by 5 points. This should be another good game.
Yeah, that's right, Charlie. Like you just mentioned, this is my alma mater. I'm very happy to be here first and foremost. And hopefully it is, like you said, it's going to be another great game. And as past few years, it hasn't been disappointing. And hopefully this one won't be a disappointment. And like I know I'm going to be trying to root a little bit for Rhinebeck here. But let's see what we can see and see which team leaves here with their 3rd win.
Well, I won't be rooting for anybody, so when we get back on LMC Varsity Sports, we'll have the opening tip-up of round 3, as we've covered this game the last 2 years, and they've all been 5-point or less games. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, opening tip won by Clark Academy, and they'll start with the ball. As the Clark Academy stolen right away though by Corey Greenland, and Greenland will count the basket! Corey Greenland, first foul on Clark Academy, and Mike Brandon. Good start for Rhinebeck. They get the steal, so they have the possession arrow, and they end one coming for Greenland.
What a great play by Rhinebeck early in this game. What an explosive start by the Panthers.
I think the first foul was on Mike Brandon, his first, team's first. Back iron, and it's no good on the free throw. So Clark will bring it up, try and beat the press, and they do. They swing it around as Coach Dan Lopez shouts out the defense. And the shot is off the back iron, no good, rebounded by Clark. And the 3 is blocked by Greenland. And then saved by the Panthers, Roman Heaton, and he'll get it. So Roman Heaton is starting, as we saw him come off the bench the last game, his first game in varsity. Rob didn't even have him on the roster last game. We did here.
Greenland's been pretty good earlier too, Charlie.
And Heaton, right, first 50 seconds a little early to say, but yeah. As they'll pass it in, and Ligori's shot is off the back iron, no good, rebounded by Shahada Adams. And Clark will push it. And that too is swatted away, another rejection. This time, but Clark steals it right back. Move behind the back there, nice pass, and nice follow through by Shahada Adams. Can't give the assist to Dejan Morales, but he got on the pass, and then Shahada Adams missed it and went up with the rebound. And it's 2-2. Greenland to Heaton. And the hook is no good. Another missed shot for Connor Ligori. And it'll be brought up here by the slick dribbling Morales, Dejan Morales. And the long 3 is off the back iron and no good. Just missing it was Jordan Gray after getting a pass from the big fella, Shahada Adams. And now Rhinebeck will run. And this 3 by Heaton is good. That's Aiden Heaton for 3. Heaton's 3 buzzer beater was the one that beat him 2 years ago in this building. Like, what? That was MLK. Oh, actually, no, they did beat him on a buzzer beater at Clark, because I work at my other job. I work with a player who was on this team, Earl Holloway, and he told me they lost on a buzzer beater 2 years ago to Rhinebeck, so it must have been at Rhinebeck. So, although they did have a buzzer beater right, Aiden Heaton against MLK 2 years ago.
So another turnover here by Clark Knights early in this game, and another 3 ball.
Wow! And watch out, when Aiden Heaton heats up, there's nobody that can stop him, and he's 2 for 2 from 3, and it'll be Adams busting through, and he got hit, but and he got it back, and he puts it up, no good off the, another rebound, and out of bounds off of the Panthers. It'll stay with Clark. Rhinex got a rebound.
That's right.
They get beat a lot on the offensive glass. It could be disastrous for them. And this one is good.
And so they give him a second on the defensive glass early in this game so far.
And if they give second chance, which they did there, they got the ball back and they made that basket. 2 points for Jordan Gray, and it's 8-4 now. And that one is thrown away by Greenway. And that one will be laid up. Mike Brandon, he's got 2. 6-8, 8-6, Panthers. And that's a 3 for Ligorian. He's ice cold. Missed another shot. Foul on Frank Avila. He got the start tonight. He's going with a different lineup.
It's a pretty close game here, Charlie. Looks like we're going to have another game going down to the wire.
So
pretty early to talk about it, but
yeah. So on my scoreboard that I'm writing on my piece, I should put overtime just in case. That one will be missed by Clark's Jordan Gray and rebounded by the Panthers. No second chance opportunity. That's good for Rhineck. And that 3 from Ligoria's first miss, nearly put in by actually that was Heaton, nearly Heaton's third 3, but he misses it, and Ligoria misses the tap in, and that 2 is short, put up by the Knights.
By Mike Brandon, it looks like his 4th point right there.
Yeah, Mike Brandon, after getting the rebound, and it's quickly tied at 8. So a 6-0 run for Clark, and this 3 is good.
And Rhineck should be called the Splash Brothers over here early.
Frank Avila. So that was an inbound violation against Clark Academy. They inbounded it, but they didn't really inbound it as they were inside the court, and the official called them on it. So he wasn't taking a nap. That's good to see. And they get the ball, and this one, Rhineck can't make them pay for the costly turnover.
And like you were talking about on the offensive glass, Rhineck is not doing anything to try to rebound over there.
As soon as you say that, yeah, but they get lucky as they called a walk on Morales. So far, the officials have helped Rhineck. Frank Avila traveled. Can't get away with that. 3:13 to go, 11-8. Here on LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Sean McGraw alongside Peter Bear. Our cameramen are Sean Kelly, the one and only Kevin Duarte, and Rob Moretti, our LMC Varsity Sports producer, our cameraman, and in March, a new father.
Nice little rejection by Rhineck.
But a great job. Count the basket for Shahada Adams. Foul on Ligori. His first, team second. Rough game for Ligori so far. He causes that N1 that could tie the game, and he's missed 4 shots. Yet he's still in. Adams will, I don't know if he was going for the bank or what, but misses the free throw, and it'll be taken up by Rhineck, and they'll look to push. And Heaton will float it to.
Oh.
He's got 8 points.
Heaton is on fire early today, Charlie.
So you would say Aiden Heaton is heating up.
That's a quick one. That's a good one.
We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports, 13-10. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the first time out, taken by Coach Anthony Gaines. And a long 3, in and out. No good. Adams has been a big presence.
Down on the post.
What does he have? Almost 8 rebounds already? Because he got about 3 rebounds there.
That's right.
He had 2 rebounds earlier. And I think they're all offensive, Peter.
That's right. And he has a few out the defensive probably too.
And he's got 4 points all off of misses. And that one is getting his own rebound. Rhinebeck is really going to have problems if they can't rebound. Really.
That's right. That's right.
Because they haven't gotten that play. I think they're out rebounding them about 20-5, and it's all on the offense. They're all offensive glass. And that three is no good.
The Clark Knights are showing, their co-captains are showing an amazing presence here in this game with Mike Brandon and Jordan Gray with both points and rebounds.
Brandon with the lefty layup, he's got 6. And we have Clark's got their second lead of the game, 14-13. Right? Is it their first lead or second? No, first, I think. Because they were tied at 8.
That would be their first lead.
First lead of the game, rejected by Brandon. Actually by Jordan Gray, the other co-captain. Intercepted, and then Ligori throws it right back. The disastrous day for Ligori continues.
I don't know what call they did there.
That was an offensive foul on Mike Brandon, his second. And he was not happy with the call. And they kept him in with 2 fouls. Right? Yeah, he's right there. He's got 2 fouls. Although that's unofficial because unfortunately.
Corey Greenland. De tres by Corey Greenland.
Save that for your play-by-play there. No, but out of bounds. Greenland gets the steal off him. But my friend who does the scoreboard, Kevin McQuaid, who I went to college with, said it's a complicated system and they never told them to, and he's not 100% sure how to put the numbers up, but it hurts us because sometimes we don't know how many fouls.
That's right.
Double dribble.
And I did not know Kevin McQuaid was running the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's
I also went to high school with him.
Assistant baseball and assistant football coach as well for the varsity teams. Went to SUNY Purchase with him. Now what happened? Oh, we have a shoelace, only in Section 1 high school basketball, where you have a timeout for someone to tie your shoe. Don't see LeBron having to tie his shoe during a game. Make our first sub. Wow. As Ligori gets his first 2 points.
Can you say wow again? Wow, that was a beautiful play right there.
And that floater is good. Wow.
That's a nice back and forth play by both Rhinebeck and then Clark.
Almost identical shot in game clocks, 13-13. Rhinebeck at the very least should end the first quarter, nearly intercepted by Clark. Ligori thought about it, 5. Ligori, Heaton at the buzzer, no good, back of the iron. And MLK's shot will not count off the front of the iron. It would not have counted either. Good call by the official. 18-16, Clark happy with the effort to end. And when we get back, we'll get the first, we'll get play-by-play by Peter here on LMC Varsity Sports.
And we're back here with the second quarter. Rhinebeck is leading 18-16. Inbound pass by Heaton. Heaton has the ball right here. And Rhinebeck will want to continue this game, leading this game on. Hopefully they do take it, but it looks like it's pretty much very close here, Charlie. And hopefully we may be seeing some overtime ball. So now here Clark is coming back.
Very early to say that. The last game we did here was that.
And there's another floater shot in there by the captain,
Adams.
Mike Brandon, who's
no, I
showing
think it
his
was
presence.
Shahada Adams.
Oh, there's Shahada Adams.
Yeah, he got the rebound and put it in. The big guy.
And Clark is coming up with another rebound.
The last game we did against Haldane, we thought it was going to overtime, and we did. As that one is Mike Brandon. He's got 8 points.
Mike Brandon, Adams, and Gray showing their presence that they can do everything here for Clark, rebounds and points. And Rhinebeck wants to try to see if they can get their lead back here. Heaton with the ball, passes it to, so the ball stays with Rhinebeck. It's been a very close game here so far, but this time Clark has a lead for the second time. Heaton has the ball here, passes it with the Heat. Heaton misses that shot. Here comes Clark with Gray. And he floats it and makes it easy to to continue the lead here for Clark, which is their biggest lead of the game. A 4-point lead for Clark Knights over Rhinebeck.
They made it look easy. It wasn't that easy, but made it look easy.
Heaton,
No good.
for 3, no good. So both Heatons are on the field, or on the court right now.
And we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Not a good situation as Jordan Gray has hurt his leg here on the court. We'll be right back.
And we're back here after a timeout because of an injury, but Jordan Gray seems to be all right. So Clark Knights are coming back here with the ball. And Morales passes it to Jordan Gray, who then passes it for the 3 ball, but they miss it here. But Adams makes another layup in there.
He's got
on the post.
10 points now.
He's on fire.
12.
He's been doing everything down at the post. I think Redneck has got to be covering him down there, or at least trying to get any rebound possible. And here comes Ramos with the ball, who passes it to Flood. Flood has the ball. Pass it back to Ramos. Ramos thought about going for it, but he didn't, and gives it to Ligori, who gets the easy basket here for 2. Rhinebeck makes it back at 4. The 3 ball here by Gray.
Wow,
no
what
good.
a read!
Wow.
What a read by Jordan Gray. He missed the 3,
Yeah.
and it was like he snuck right through. And Rhinebeck is not going to win this game if they don't rebound.
Not
they
at
are
all.
having a huge trouble boxing out. They're
That's
too
right.
fast. Clark's getting their own rebounds on the misses. It's Gray. It's like he passed it to himself on the
And
miss. And now
Ramos
they'll
just
steal
gave it up. Like
Ramos not getting much playing time. He started the
No.
last game, and now he comes in here with a 6. He spent the first 10 minutes on the bench.
And both teams costly turnovers, but nothing came up of it for each team. And Heaton dribbles it up and gives it back to number 10, which is Flood, who misses the layup. And Clark is coming up all by himself as Gray, and he gets the layup once again. Gray showing his presence that he's a very fast-paced player. And Rhinebeck calls a quick timeout by Coach Dan Lopez. We'll be right back. And we're back here after the timeout by Coach Lopez. Rhinebeck trying to calm things down and see if they can come back here down 8 points. And they already, another costly turnover here. Gray with the ball, and he gets another layup, another steal with another layup by Jordan Gray. Rhinebeck is really struggling here in this second quarter.
And this is a huge point in the game because this is a turning point because Clark's on a big run now, and Ligori makes it stop the
Rhinebeck
bleeding a
gets
bit.
their first 2 points after a really bad drought there. Ramos, who gives it to Ligori, and Ligori gets those 2 points.
And they could, if they let Clark get away, this game could get away from him just here in the second quarter, and that's good.
Wow,
The 3,
and Brandon
first
scores a
3 for them. He's got 11 points.
And Jordan Gray with that assist right there. And Ramos has got to see what he can do over here for this team. And Ramos almost messed up right there, almost double dribbled or traveled. But they get the call on the foul right here.
25-second foul. We're going to get his name at the half.
So Coach Lopez now decides to take out the hot shooting Heaton and Ramos, who's struggling here in the second
Ramos
quarter.
played about 2 minutes, and they had 2 turnovers, and Coach Lopez saw enough and took him out. He had 8 points and was one of the better players on the court.
So
the first
Heaton,
game we
the
did.
other
That was
Heaton,
2-3
who
weeks
gives it
ago.
to Hodis. Hodis misses the 3.
Right off the bench, Hodis came and shot a 3. That's not easy to do, and missed it.
Morales, another great ball player, and look what he does right there. An amazing layup right there with a nice crossover.
His
And
first
here's
2 points.
And Rhinebeck continues to be struggling here in the second quarter. But
Another turnover.
Morales swats that out. A little Gary Payton glove move right there. He's doing some great ball playing by Morales. And another 3 ball by Gray,
that
and
was
a miss.
bad.
They almost made it in there. This would have been really, really bad. Very
13-point lead.
And Rhinebeck with that, wow, what a play, but swapped by the Clark Knights. But they recovered the ball. And for the 3 ball. And it sinks in from downtown for Tres Puntos by the Rhinebeck Panthers, Ligori. Here comes the Clark Knights. And Morales.
And Ligori's got 9 points now to lead Rhinebeck as Aiden Heaton's got 8.
Morales from thinking for 3, but doesn't. Gray thinks about it, but they get called for the 3-second violation over here.
So far, these officials have been very good. I know I'm strong to criticize the officials because it's pretty easy to do because they're very poor in Section 1, but so far this game they've been excellent.
This inbound pass
very good. Because they haven't made
the other Heaton.
many back calls. Oh, rejected. What a play by Gray. And he'll dunk it.
Wow, he dunks it. What a dunk by Gray. He's showing he can do everything. He's got them ups, A. Jordan style.
A block and then the dunk. Almost the length of the floor, and it's a 12-point lead.
Reineck, and he comes back easily. Ligori continues his shooting with his 11th point of the game.
And credit Ligori, he started very cold, missed his first 4 shots. He hasn't missed since. He's got 11 points.
Wow, look at this Gray movement.
And
wow.
he'll travel.
But he gets traveled. He
No
gets
basket.
called up on travel. No.
He was looking for 13 and 14. He's got 12. Mike Brandon's got 11.
Morales, too.
And the inbound pass.
There?
Yes, they did. I know they called travel right there, Charlie. So Reineck here looking to bring back this game. And
you
they
can't
missed
miss
but
those.
the rebound presence by Clark Knights. And Morales, what a beautiful play. What a beautiful pass. And Clark Knights continue to be leading this game. This is all Clark Knights here in the
Who
second
laid that
quarter.
in?
Mike Brandon played that.
Yes, that was Mike Brandon.
With the layup.
From downtown, no good, but the rebound, finally Reineck gets the rebound after struggling on the boards.
Wow. Third foul on number 25.
Reineck was struggling so bad on the boards until finally they get an offensive rebound. An inbound pass, trying to look for that inbound pass, but what a turnover. But they recover. Nice recover by Reineck. Here is Heaton, who gives it to an air ball by Flood.
Wow, that was
no
an
good.
ugly shot.
Shooting ice here, Flood in this second quarter.
He flooded the streets with ice.
That shot.
And Clark is coming back with Brandon here, who's showing he's the whole 5 that is out there for Clark is very good. And like they're Adams, who's a very big guy and makes a lot of points down in that points, and Reineck still hasn't solved how to solve him, but you also got to solve Gray and Morales, and another 3 ball by Reineck that does not go in.
As Adams has a double-double
Oh,
now.
what a beautiful crossover by Maxwell, but they can't get it, and it's the final seconds of this first half. Reineck wants to see if they can close it out with a nice play, with a beautiful move by Hodis. His first 2.
Otis trying to be the POTUS of the Panthers here.
So Morales coming with that beautiful afro. We got Ben Wallace over here from downtown. Clark Knights. And this is
Mike
another
Brandon.
beautiful 3 from downtown from Mike Brandon.
16 points now.
And Reineck wants to see if they can close out with their 3 ball. See if they can close it up because
They're down 15.
yeah, it's not a good looking for Reineck in this first half.
That escalated quickly, as Rob's hero, Rob Burgundy, would say.
And Reineck recovers, but for 3.
That's
and
big.
it's good
3.
by Heaton. Another Heaton scores the 3, but this time it's Roman, not Aiden. And that's all for the first half. Reineck is down 32-44 to the Clark Knights, and we'll be right back for the third quarter. And we're back here in the third quarter. Reineck Panthers losing here to the Clark Knights by 12 points. It was all Clark Knights in that second quarter, and see what Reineck can see to come back to try to get to level it up, or at least maybe if they can come back all the way, like lead this game like they were leading in the first. And Clark, wow, they keep on getting the rebound after every ball they were throwing, but they get called for the foul on that?
No, jump ball, possession
ball.
arrow, Reineck.
Good thing, yeah.
Reineck dribbling it up as Flood, who didn't have a good second quarter, who gives it Aiden Heaton, who's back in the game. And Heaton, who gives it to Greenland. And then right on, the guys go down on the floor. Reineck and Greenland gets that rebound, but his foot was out of bounds and it would go the other way.
Did not see that from here, Peter. It looked like he kept it in, but was close. Too
Yeah.
close, I guess.
I don't think that his foot was out of bounds either.
I'm sure Sean Kelly got a crack of it right in front of him. At least I hope so.
Here's the Clark Knights with Gray, who had an Gray, who had an amazing first half. After even falling, having a bad fall, who gives it Morales for 3, who does not make the ball. And this last touch by the Clark Knights, and it would be Rhinebeck ball.
Off of Mike Brandon. It'll be Rhinebeck ball. Brandon had 18
Greenland gives it to Flood to
in the first
dribble it out.
half, and Jordan Gray had 12.
Connor Flood, who gives it to Aiden Heaton, who had a beautiful first quarter. Heaton, who gives it back to Flood, who gives it back to Heaton, Heaton back to Flood, and he gets called by the travel. Another turnover here for Rhinebeck. Morales with the inbound pass to Rockwood, who we were trying to struggle earlier, trying to figure out his name. And Rockwood again with the ball. He had a pretty decent half.
He's in there with 3 fouls.
With downtown,
Mike Brandon.
easy 3 for Mike Brandon, who
got-
leads all scorers with 19
21
points.
now.
Actually, he had 18. Now he's
Okay.
got. I confirmed with the book. He had 18. So he's got 21 now. No basket.
Foul on your boy Morales, his first, team's first.
And Ramos comes in for Flood, so basically,
I like that sub.
yeah. Let's see if Ramos,
Ramos can get hot.
hopefully he gets turns around after a struggling second quarter. He dribbles it, gives it to
Ooh,
Heaton,
nearly threw it
almost
away.
gone away from him. And Heaton throws it up, but he can't get it in. Rebounded by the big man Adams. Adams passes it to Gray. Gray brings it up. And a swap by way of Ramos.
Foul on.
Jordan Gray.
Beautiful steal by
his
Ramos.
first. Yeah, we've seen Ramos steal
Steal that play. That was the play of the week. In that first quarter of that last game we did, he can glove it with the best of them.
They call him Gary Payton II.
I don't think anybody calls him that, but don't they call him La Guante?
La
Right?
Guante, maybe, yes.
The glove?
And there goes the
Lagore.
2. And Rhinebeck is now down by 13.
As Ligori now has 13.
Isn't that?
Oh, that was close to be
Superstitious.
back in. The way he took
Yeah,
that,
Morales looks like he went back there. And Gray,
over and back.
Gray gets that 2 back to bring it back to 15 points down for Rhinebeck. And Gray
14.
continues his shooting spree.
As Gray has 14 now. And Rhinebeck's got to get stops when they make baskets or they're never going to come
That's
back.
right, but Heaton finally scores his 2 on this half.
Need a stop here. They need a turnover. 5 minutes to go in the third. Especially can't give up a 3. That was a floating pass.
Almost went away.
Wasn't able to time it. Nice pass.
And Gray looks like he wants to do everything here for the Clark Knights. And there was a rebound by Greenland. Give it to Ramos with a nice move right there. Who gives it to Heaton for 3. And Heaton is heating up here for the Rhinebeck Panthers. Is now down by 10.
Heaton's got 13, five quick points in a row. And this 3 will be missed off.
Morales misses.
Foul on Heaton.
I guess a push off there. His first foul. Team's first.
And that's a blow. As they would have got the ball there and brought it up, they could have made it an 8 or 7 point game and said they foul underneath. At least it wasn't shooting.
Oh, and they're leaving guys open here, but and another floater shot, but missed. But Adams again with that rebound. And
Foul on the floor before the shot could call by the official.
It'll be Greenland's
Adams
first.
must have like 30 rebounds. Dikembe Mutombo
I
style.
thought you
right
were
here.
going to keep track of those. He has about 18 probably, or 20. Legitimately.
It's just been so tough here. And another 3 ball by Gray, but it doesn't go in. Ramos, wow, look at them all go up there. Ramos has the ball. And a nice 2 points by Ramos, his first 2. He comes back strong in this third quarter.
Nice fake. He faked the pass and then he got it. And then he put it up himself. They miss it.
Now
Adams.
Clark Knights is trying to, but Adams showing that rebounding capability.
He almost called the foul. Instead, he called the jump ball. It'll stay with Clark with 3:58 to go. 8-point game, as it was a 12-point game at the half. And official timeout for a discussion.
Looks like Coach Lopez gave a little good chat there in the halftime break.
Well, the Clark coach,
Anthony Gaines, I think they didn't really
wow,
chat
what
at all.
a beautiful
They
play
talked,
by Morales and Gray.
Gray's got 16 now.
they talked maybe.
Just Gray and Brandon have 21 and 16, but they're the only ones who have scored this half.
That's
for
right.
Clark.
Oh, and Morales swaps it, but
Ramos gets it back.
he misses it. Nothing even close to him. Rim. Morales misses it, but the push back in by the Clark Knights, number 21, Mike Brandon.
He's got 23 points. Gray's got 16. They're the only scorers in this half, and they have
39 of the 53 from Clark.
And Ramos gives it to Greenland.
And Adams has 12, and the rest is 2 by Morales.
So they have 51 of the 53, with Adams 12, 16 Gray, 21 Brandon.
Nice little rejection by Renek. And beautiful move by Greenland.
As coach is telling them to push.
And what the? Coach Tan Lopez might be really liking what he's seeing in this third quarter.
Gray's second foul on the
Second half. They got 3 now. And Greenway will shoot 2. He missed his first free throws. He had that N1 opportunity. And
he misses the second one. The second time he misses here, but the first one of this 2 free throws.
kind of rushed that.
We don't want to see what happened last game where that young guy took too long to shoot the free throw after that. I don't know what happened. It was in Mamaroneck.
Mamaroneck, Portchester. Timeout, Coach Anthony Gaines. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports.
And we're back here with LMC TV Sports with Charlie McGraw. My name is Peter Vera, and there's Morales, who's been playing has some good ball moments with a lot of assists here in this game. And there's a 3-ball by Jordan Gray. Continues his shooting.
Gray has
19,
and Brandon has 23, 42 of the
points.
Right, Neck would want to see some threes here. And Clark Knights get called with the foul was number 14, Jordan Gray.
He's third. So if they can get another for him, they might have to take him out.
There's Ramos, who came in this third quarter with an amazing burst, and he misses that shot right now. Dribbling up is Gray. Gray gives it to Morales, who gives it to shooting the 3 was Brandon, who misses it. Morales with that ball misses it too, and Reineck finally gets another rebound.
That net was tight, and then the net came apart after that shot.
Reineck's been struggling here with rebounds, but it's the second one maybe in this whole game that they've been getting rebound. Especially
Foul
on the defensive side.
on Morales, his second.
Here comes Ramos to Aiden Heaton. Here comes Greenland. Greenland with the ball to Ramos. Thought for the 3, but he didn't. And the
Good
2-ball to Labori, who leads all Reineck scores with 15.
Yep.
And with a nice pass down there by Ramos. And here comes the Clark Knights with Morales. Morales to the big man Adams, who shows his athletic presence, but he misses. And Reineck with another rebound once again, but trying to get that. Trying to get after that. And Ramos survives after all that bad. Ooh, and he gets fouled.
Let's see who the foul's on.
Foul on Rockway. He'll have to come out. That's his 4th foul. And Ramos will go to the line to shoot 2. We're looking to add to his 2 points already. So
And make it back to 10 points, hopefully, and we'll see what happens.
Coach Gaines hasn't went to the bench yet. He's going to leave Rockwood out with 4 fouls. With 1:23 to go here. I mean, he could, but
He has a lot of guys in foul trouble now.
a couple.
There's the first one goes in for Ramos.
And the team, they're going to be in the bonus with one more. He left him in, as Coach Iannello is in the building, legendary football coach.
And the second one goes in, and timeout
It
called
wasn't
by
even
Coach
through
Lopez.
the basket, and he called timeout.
And
the net.
we'll be right back here with LMC TV Sports. And we're back here with LMC TV Sports with Charlie McGraw and Peter Vera. It was a quick timeout by Dan Lopez right when Ramos was shooting that free throw. And Ramos almost steals that one, but he couldn't get it. And
3 in the key. As they do take him out.
They took out Rockwood with his 4 fouls after that timeout and put in Justin
Rodriguez for the first time.
that's the first time we see
Rodriguez
Ramos
in.
comes in quick. He gives a Heaton for 3.
He
just
set
a little
off. He knew it was off as he set off.
Ooh, and
That's a good call.
Ramos
Ramos
flew
hit it
there.
out. He hit
And
it
it
out. That's
flew
the
there.
right call, Peter. As there's 57 seconds to go in this third quarter. 10-point lead if you're Rhineck. This is the worst. You want to keep it at 10 or less.
That's
You
right.
don't want to make it more to come back in that fourth quarter.
It has been a very good game so far.
And
Nice for 3, Rodriguez. Oh, but he misses
unorthodox.
Morales. And the N1. Count that basket.
That's a killer for the Panthers. That'll be 4 points for Dejan Morales. What a weird shot. It looked like Justin Rodriguez was going to shoot
right.
lefty, and then he like took it around righty. I've never really even seen that before.
I don't think Rob's seen it in all his years.
The
broadcast.
southpaw here.
He wasn't though. He looked like he was going to shoot lefty, and then he switched righty. 2-second differential, and it looks like they're playing for it. As he misses it, Morales has 4 now. That's the first time they scored, and it wasn't Gray or Brandon in that quarter.
That's right.
Quarter.
And it goes in for the Rhineck Panthers. Back to 10 points down.
Ligori's got 17 now.
Peter.
That's right. And Lingori and Heaton are the top scorers for Rhineck.
As they have 30 combined. 6 seconds to go here.
Brandon's
Gray.
For
Gray.
3. Wow, that's
Oh,
a heartbreaker in this last second of the third quarter. It's Clark Knights 61, Rhineck 48, and we will be right back for the last quarter, the fourth quarter.
back here on LMC Varsity Sports. As it's 61-48 alongside Peter Vera, I'm Troy McGraw. Rob Moretti is our cameraman, and Varsity Sports producer Kevin Duarte
And Sean Kelly, our other cameraman on the floor, as Rhineck will look to cut the deficit here and try and come back in this one. And the rainbow 3 is off by Heaton. Ligori with the cleaning up the garbage, but rebounded and they have numbers.
Heaton's all by himself.
4 on 2, and it is good.
for the Morales. Dejan Morales has
He's
6
heating up.
points now.
4 in the last minute. Heaton to Greenway, a 15-point lead, and this is the time where Rhineck's gotta keep it. They gotta cut into this deficit.
Nice rebound by Rhineck.
Ligori to Ramos. He'll pull up off of the back iron.
Not
Too
too for
strong.
Rhineck.
Jump ball. Possession arrow, Clark. So this is the point where Clark can pull away, and this is where Haldane pulled away from Rhineck the last game we did at this point.
That's right.
As they're up 15 now.
Scott DeVore comes in for.
Clark's been playing quick all game, but if they can slow it down at 15, which they're trying to do here, as Greenway pressures them,
DeVore comes in for the first time in this game.
get some fresh legs out there, Coach. For Coach.
And Morales sinks it in.
He's got 8 points now. He, as you said, Peter,
Is heating up, and they lead by 17. And a huge, another rebound for Adams, and Morales can't get it, but misses that one.
He got
1
that.
and 1, 1 and 1. As it should be 1 and 1. 7th foul. As the officials finally realize. So it'll be
foul on Morales, his 3rd. Yeah, so a little foul trouble. Rockwood has 4 fouls. Gray has 3, and Morales has 3. Nobody on Rhineck has more than 1.
So Roman comes in for Aiden. Heaton for Heaton. in this fourth quarter.
Roman Heaton for Aiden Heaton.
And at the line, 1-1 will be Scott DeVore.
And the free throw is good.
Beautiful free throw. That little swoosh, you can hear it.
Taking his time, bending his legs. DeVore. Second free throw, air ball. That's a violation. You don't even have the chance to rebound that, as it's 65-49. That's a violation as it goes to them. Just like if you don't hit the rim on a last second shot with the shot clock winding down,
right.
it's a violation. The other team gets it just like that. So they got 1 point.
Oh,
Rodriguez
turnover.
drops it, and that's not good, as it only took about 5 seconds off the clock. If you're
Clark, that's good for Reinach, though.
Rodriguez struggling here in this fourth.
Yeah.
He came in and he's been having a good
right, goes to the foul trouble. Ligori pop,
Good pass
Ligori,
from Roman
19.
Heaton. 19 points for Connor Ligori.
and it's a 14-point game. A 19 for Ligori, as the Panthers look for another turnover. That could have been a carry there, Peter. And nice
right.
fake.
Rodriguez with that crazy three-looking shot.
I told
What
you
is
that before. I said that. It looks like he's going to shoot lefty, and he like switches it over to righty. It's like an in-between shot. He makes it. Oh,
what a
rejected.
rejection.
So Rodriguez has 3. That was
Oh, Brandon with the rejection. Actually, no, that was great. Count the basket.
so what a rejection by
Gray. Count the basket. What?
I don't know what they're calling here.
and the foul is on DeVore.
His first. Timeout. So we'll step aside and be right back, as Clark has just told it's a timeout.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, points 24, 25, and 26, and 1
Yeah,
for
so
Mike Brandon following the timeout by
27
Reinach.
points.
No, 26 now.
Now, because he just had a 3-point play.
That's right. He's got 26. Gray's got 22. Rodriguez has 3. Morales has 8.
As he just came out. Roman Heaton fakes the shot, passes to Ramos, to Greenway, and that 3 in the corner, no good.
And
Pulled away.
Just the
Reinach
size and
continues
the.
to struggle with the rebounds.
Although that was offensive. So. Picked up by Greenway. To Ramos. And the hip step is good.
Beautiful play by Reinach Ramos.
I don't know how that's legal, but it looked like a travel.
It did,
A
a little
skip,
bit.
skip and a lit. Out for a
6
stroll.
Adams.
Missing it. They could have took
Ramos.
off about 25 more seconds on the shot clock, and too bad, a long pass, Ramos away from Greenway. They could have took a lot more time off the
Yeah.
shot clock, but they got away with it as Reinach turned it over. Reinach needs to score there.
Should have took some time right there, Ramos. Rushed it a little bit too much. Gray, one of the leading scores in here with Brandon.
In and out, no good. Missing the 3 was Maxwell. That would have got him into the
DeVore getting that
Hazan.
rebound.
Maxwell.
Ever since he came in playing pretty good.
first time in the score.
Ramos with that play again.
Oh, Ramos' foul. His first team's.
5th. So 2 more, and it'll be 1-1 for Clark. So they lead by 18 here. They throw it over. It looked like a push off, but nothing. Doing as these officials have been good. And good job as coach.
Oh, almost thrown by Ryan, but he couldn't get it.
Gaines.
Roman couldn't get that, but a nice play by.
Brandon has 28 now. 2 more, and he's got 30.
For 3.
Ooh, no good. Greenway. Out to Ramos. Back to Greenway. Ligori for 3. Back iron, no good. Nothing is falling for Reinach. But they swatted
nice
away from him. And 2 shots
For Roman Heaton. He's got 3 points. Adams has. That's his first foul.
Very surprising. A big guy playing that much the whole game, basically. Yeah, only has 1 foul now.
Heathen makes the free throw. He's got 4. But it's Mike Brandon with 28 leading all scores.
22 for Gray, combining for 50.
As Heathen now has 5 points.
Roman makes his 2 free throws.
Roman Heathen.
Looking
Off his foot, went forward. That could have been a kick.
Instead, it's points 29 and 30. 30 points now for Mike Brandon.
It's not like he's taking a ton of shots either.
No.
He's made most of them, so.
That's right.
And Roman Heaton's 2 in and out.
No good.
Same
Greenland
team.
trying to save it, but he can't. But it was our last tip by the Knights.
And they'll stay with Ryeneck with 3:16 to go.
It's probably the biggest point differential here, 20 points.
Yep. With 3:15 to go. Yeah, it hasn't been more than this. Ryeneck they led 8-2
That's
to start
right.
the game.
That's right.
That one's missed by Roman Heaton.
And they led after 1, 18-16. But I think past the 20-point,
They no longer led the rest of the
No.
game. After it got
It
to the
was all
20-point
Knights.
mark, it was all Clark. Stolen away from Greenway on the inbound, and count the basket.
Greenland's finally coming
Greenland.
back. 7 points.
7 points now. Foul on
How many fouls did Adams have? It looks like Hughes called on the foul, right?
foul on Gray, his 4th. I don't even think he was in on the play because he said 41, and they're like, the table's like, there is no 41 on Balloon. And it's
And
good.
he's got it in for 8 points.
Before it went down, he's making sure they full court press. This is their only, they're down 17 here, but if they can get it, but if they break it, they'll have 32.
and that's what he's got. Mike Brandon
Brandon's
has
got
32 points.
22 for Jordan Gray.
Heaton. Greenland for 3 again. Oh, but he misses.
Way off. Travel on Brandon. Can't bring it up. 32.
You hear Coach Lopez yelling for the press.
Actually, foul was on Gray. Yeah, before that free throw went in, he was. 19-point lead, 77-58. Ramos thought about a 3.
Oh, be careful. Almost
Keeps it
got
in. Ramos almost over and back. Ramos pulling up for 2, in and out, too strong. Ligori puts
There
it
it
in.
is.
Timeout,
Continues.
coach.
Lopez
21 for Lingori, right?
off the rebound as well. He has 21. Now
We'll be right back on LMC Sports 77-60. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, 17-point lead for Clark Academy, 77-60. As reading the press and throwing it away is Brandon.
We've got Hassan Maxwell and Justin Johnson here for the first time here in the 4th quarter.
Well, Maxwell missed a shot a couple minutes ago.
but Justin Johnson,
Right, he is in for the first. Justin Johnson is in for the first time, Johnson. But Maxwell missed that shot before in the
that's
4th
right.
quarter. Ramos makes the 2, continuing the press, 77-62, trying to steal it in this as they get their exercise in this pressing, and they'll lose it. Ligori pushing off, double dribble. Good call by the official on top of it once again, and we have the 2-minute warning. 77-62. What Ramos made that last basket.
That's right.
so he's got 8 now.
That's right.
All in the second half. All in the 4th?
Yeah,
no.
this is all here in the second half.
No, in the 4th quarter. No, he had 2 in the 3rd.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he had 4 and 4, I think.
Yep.
They roll it to keep it. I mean, if they make a basket here, right here, ooh, that was
That
in
would've
and out.
been great.
That would have made it 13.
Oh, and Greenland.
And it's off of
Beautiful defense by Greenland.
Off of Brandon, 32.
Mr. 32 points.
Beautiful
1:49
D.
to go. If Ryeneck to Ramos. To Ligori.
We got a wide open Heaton on the other side.
Ramos,
Oh, Ramos
timeout.
continues.
So it's Ramos makes it, the layup that just rolled in, and Coach Lopez screaming for timeout, and he gets it. He has 1 left, down 13.
It's going to be too little too late, but nonetheless, It's a valiant effort. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Peter Bear, Charlie McGraw, and Ramos saves it to Greenland. And he'll be fouled to shoot 2. A great play to stop, and you stop the clock.
That's right.
And get his starters back in the game from Clark Academy. Will Coach Anthony Gaines, he's seen enough.
As that foul was on, it'll be double bonus too now. Rodriguez, his first.
There's 3. Ligori at the line.
But it would be pretty dangerous. I know it's only like...
Oh, you got to make these free throws, Connor. He's got 21, but he can't make it 22. Let's see if he
Gray
can
and
here.
Adams back in.
And
Like you said.
limping is Adams. Thing is, you don't want to foul here. And they switch Adams. That would have been a violation if he gave it to him, so they switch it up here.
Ligori looking for points.
Point number 22 will get it.
As he just missed the first one, he makes that, but the clock does not go.
High school basketball, after a made basket, even inside a minute, it'll go. Unless you call the timeout. And a blocking foul. Looked like he might have went out of bounds, but they called a foul before.
And it's on DeVore, his second. Coach.
It's not an impossible comeback. It could
There's not
happen.
much time. And with when you make a basket, it stops, the clock stops, but it'll have to be one-on-one. And they nearly throw it away. What a play by Adams, the athleticism. That is a game-saving play right there.
That's right.
That is huge.
Huge. Adams making that play.
Gives himself 12 points. But if that goes out of bounds,
That's
that's
right.
a turnover. Reinach gets the ball back. We're
That's right.
down 12. Instead, he makes it 14, and now it's over.
Yeah, you were right there.
And it goes off of Clark. It'll be Reinach ball.
And look at that. That would have been 2 turnovers right there. And Ryan
But
could have
Adams somehow jumped up and
That's
got it. That
right.
looked like that was going out of bounds. Adam for his 12 point, he's got 12 points now.
And he just leaped up, caught it, made the layup, and made it a 14-point game instead of that going out. And Reinach having a chance
Now
to cut
they're
it to
ice
single
cold.
digits, because
Now they're
if they
ice
made
cold.
that, it's 12, and he'll get points.
Now they're getting
Now he
ice
will.
cold. No.
See, as the clock runs,
14 for Adams now.
and he must have about 34 rebounds,
Yeah.
and that'll be 2 shots. Fifth foul on Rockwood. He's fouled out. I thought it was on Adams, but who could have took the foul? Rockwood fouls out with 2 points. Ramos at the free throw line. It's 2 of 2 so far. 3 of 3. I think it must be Hashan Saunders, because he's listed as 10,
Yeah.
and we don't have a 20. Coach will call timeout, down 14, as they need your boy Tracy McGrady to come here and play. So we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. No timeouts left. As our own Robert Reamer once said, you can't take him with you in the shower, and Coach Dan Lopez won't bring him there. So they inbound it here, and they push it up for Clark, and it'll go inside to the big fella, and he'll make
Another
14
basket.
points
16
Shahada
now.
Adams and
plus 2. He's got 16.
16. And
the
a lot of
three.
rebounds.
Is no good, and Reinach won't be able to get to 70 points. 83-67. Clark will not shoot it as they were thinking about it, and Clark will win this one, 83-67, as they'll just dribble it out. And Gray, who had 22 points fittingly, will dribble it out, as will Mike Brandon had 32, and Clark come from behind win as they were down 18-16 after 1. And once again, Reinach lets an early lead falter, and Clark was the better team, and the difference, as I had said early on, Peter, was the rebounding. They got killed on the boards.
That's right.
So we'll wrap this one up when we get back here on LMC Varsity Sports.
All right, back here on the post-game show with Coach Dan Lopez. And Coach, you guys started off good. You were up after one quarter. What was your assessment of your play out there?
First quarter was great. We were hitting our shots. But then once we started turning cold, they were able to capitalize, get some baskets. They did a good job getting offensive rebounds. We didn't have any answer for their low forwards, and they were able to take over, and it was an uphill battle for the rest of the game.
And as a coach, it's not like they had so much bigger size than you, but they had a couple big men, and they were following their shots great. What do you do when a team to try and get the rebounds that because they must have out-rebounded you by about 20.
Yeah, that's generous. I appreciate it. But they kicked our butt on the rebounds, and the rebounding is an art of want and will, and you want to have to fight to get every board. We started driving to the paint a little bit more, which was good, but it needs to become more of a consistent thing, and it should not have to be told by the coach that you have to drive if you're not hitting your shots.
And lastly, the last time I spoke to you, we talked about how it was your first year coaching here, first year as a varsity coach, and it's been about 5 or 6 more games since we last saw you.
Yep.
What's your assessment so far after the 12 games so far of your first year as head coach here at Rhinebeck?
There's definitely been a difference since when we started our opening game at Yonkers. I looked at that tape to where we are now, and we definitely have come a long way, but there's still obvious areas that we definitely need to work on as a team, not necessarily individuals, but it's still a work in progress. It's something that we need to consciously be aware of when we're in practice, and hopefully we could translate it into games, because we're running out of games to try to get some wins. And it's up to them to really figure out how they're going to finish their season.
Back here on the post-game show, final score 83-67, and Peter, it was close for the first half, and then after the third quarter, Clark was in control. But this is a game where the Panthers, another game where they led early and they couldn't finish, like the Haldane game we did earlier in the season, and it's too bad.
It's sad to see. Like you said, Rhinebeck was having a point in the first quarter. They were winning 8-2, and then out of nowhere in the second quarter, Clark came to play. It was 28-14 in that second quarter, just Clark, and it was a very sad thing. Rhinebeck couldn't rebound in this game. They couldn't do many things here, but it looks like they're gonna have to work better on, like Coach Lopez was saying, on the boxing out and everything. So we'll hopefully to see Rhinebeck can recover from this loss. It was a tough loss because they did play a very solid game. Lingori played a very good 22 points. Ramos came in that second half better than he was playing a little bit in the first. A lot of people. Heaton had that good very good first quarter. Aiden Heaton with a few threes and a 2 to add in. His Roman also played a decent game. A lot of guys showed potential here in this game, but it was just too much Clark Knights, Jordan Gray, Shavana Adams, and Mike Brandon
had 32,
and
Adams had like 16, and Gray had 22.
So it was a pretty tough game for Rhinebeck on this one.
They outscored Rhinebeck. The three of them outscored Rhinebeck because, they did.
Because then Morales and Rodriguez would be the other two guys.
54. Yeah, they had 72, and Rhinebeck had 67. The three combined for 72, and they had 67. Although the last game we did together, Mamaroneck, the player we interviewed, he scored more than Portchester.
That's right. That was, I forgot his name. The big dude on the Mamaroneck. Yeah.
So it was a tough game for Rhinebeck, and now they're 2-10, and Clark is 3-5 after this win. A lot of people to thank for today's telecast, including the CEO, Eric Lewis, COO, Matt Sullivan, community sports producer is Mr. Rob Moretti. Once again, the final score was 83-67. Our cameramen were Rob Moretti, Kevin Duarte, and Sean Kelly. Once again, for Peter Vera, I'm Sean McGraw saying thanks so much for watching, and you have a great evening.